Hello everyone and welcome back to our video tutorials. Today we are going to talk about two essential stages for most of prep centers, which are receiving and prepping. With Prep Business, you are able to receive and prep it at the same time as you check for required additional services like extra bubble wrap or extra packing service, extra poly bags, and similar. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, as I said, with Prep Business, you're able to receive and prep it at the same time. So once you have this inbound shipment sent by one of your merchants, this status will be shipped. So we're going and open any of these shipments. As you can see, you have a list of all the items and what are the quantities that you expect, what quantities, the actual quantities you get, and also if any of those other items are coming in a case, and then we'll explain this more in detail. Once you are in this page, the next stage will be received and start packing. So this is already shipped, and let's pretend that you already received this package at your warehouse. So you will start receiving and you will start checking the stocks, also the condition of all the items. Assuming that the condition is okay, the expected quantity is also okay, so you can either start receiving them one by one just by doing this. When you click this, that means that you just received, you just checked these items, you just check the quantities, and then you click here. That means that you were expecting 40 and you receiving units worth 40, right? So but if you want to do it all the items at the same time, just click receive all. Now you can see it will be updated, all these quantities. Once you click receive all, the stock will be updated. Every single item and quantities will be updated. So once you receive here, you notice that you will have a new option that says received and convert shipment. So this is how you can start receiving and prepping items at the same times. So please notice this tab that it's services. This will show you in this blue tags what are the additional or requires prepping services in order to prep your items properly. So when you click here, received and convert shipment, it will take exactly the same quantities that you just received and will convert this inbound shipment into an outbound shipment automatically, and then you can start packing and prepping your prepping the items. So here you will know that you will need extra shrink wrap. Here you will need extra bubble wrap. Here you will need extra poly bags. And if you go to the item itself, this is the item page. You will find some tabs here that we will explore and explain more in detail. But for this example, for this workflow, you are going to check the one that it says services. You will find a list of services that you can add here. These are the pre-configured additional services you can start adding. So let's say that this item requires extra bubble wrap. So if you click the extra bubble wrap, then you click add service and then save services. Every time that you include the expandable garden house or this specific item into your outbound shipments, then the extra bubble wrap would be added as an additional service and will be specified here on this option. So this is only a one-time process. So before you start creating the outbound shipments, either you or your merchant should make sure that add any additional services before creating any of the outbound or inbound shipments. And that way, you will ensure that any additional service is covered, and then you save services, and you will notice this is what will appear over here. Remember, this is just an example. If you want to create a list of pre-configured additional services, you make sure that you come here again to the services tab. Then click here, add a service, and let's put just an example for this. Now, if you, in order to add an additional service per outbound item, this is the difference between them. Here is that you are going to add an item every time for an outbound shipment and will be charged automatically. So let's put this is going to be the charge, and then we create the service, right? We're just going to create another one. All right, so going back to the inventory, this is what your merchant should do, and he has to open the item that requires the additional service. And now from this list, this is the ones that we just create, test fee item, right? So this is the one that you just created, so feel free to create as many additional services or item services that you need. So let's say we're going to put it, add a service, and then save services. Simple as that. Okay, so let's go back again. So now, as you can see, this was an inbound shipment that was converted into an outbound shipment, and it merged all the quantities that you just received, and everything that you received and was originally received from the inbound, it was converted into an outbound shipment. Now you can see the shipment details. You can add, or if your merchant added specific notes in this section, you will be able to see the notes here. Now, if you need to manage additional services, once you are here, but for some reason your merchant forgot to add any services, so you can either manage services from this tab. You can come here, you click Manage Service, and you will also find a list of pre-configured services. Remember, it's very important that you make the difference between the type of additional service. If you select additional service by item or by outbound, if you need additional help by setting up additional services, just let us know. So from this tab, you can also add additional service, or you can also add additional services to all the items. You just select this one if you need it. This will be just a one time, not every time that you select this. Include the additional service to the outbound shipment. It's only to one-time added service. Then you update the services, and if you go back, as you can see, it added another additional service. So feel free to play around this, and let me know if you have any questions or any issues setting up your additional services. The final recommendation for and one of the best practices for additional services is the storage service. The storage service fee, it's pretty helpful when you want to charge your clients by cubic meter. You just set up an additional service, you come here, and this is the item storage fee per cubic meter based on dimensions. So you just put here how much you're going to charge your client per cubic meter, and then create a service. This will be automatically added. You can make sure that you are creating. This is a great practice, creating stored services. There are additional options available as an add-on in order to have different stored service type. For example, you can charge your clients for storage fee per shelf, per pallet, for a small bin. It depends on your warehouse. But let me know, because this is an additional feature, and which is called the location management feature. We will talk about that feature in other video. Thank you, and see you in other opportunity. Goodbye.